welcome back to On the Pulse, everyone. I'm over here with Kathy Rogers from Marston Rogers Group, and we're talking about financial regrets. And what I want to know, Kathy, welcome to the show, first of all. Do you mean financial regrets for our retirement or maybe shopping a little too much on the weekend?
Could be both. You know, have you ever been shopping? Maybe you bought a new motorcycle or a boat, and then the next week or when the bill came due, you said, should I have really done that?
I know, you know, but what do? There's a bit of a thrill from buying a new toy.
There is a thrill until you get the bill.
All right. On all seriousness, what do you do if you have made a financial regret? What's your number one tip for maybe not doing those issues? To not do it again. It's impulse.
It is impulse, and so part of it is discipline. Part of it is evaluation. Look at what you've done, why you've done it. What is your motivation behind what you're doing?
Well, that's what I want to ask you. What causes financial regret? Overspending?
It can be overspending. It can be procrastination. Have you ever said, I'm going to start that tomorrow, whether it's a diet or whether it's saving money? Procrastination is one of our number one enemies in regretting financially.
I remember one of the interviews a few months ago, you said to me, a great way to do a savings plan, I think you said to me, save 20% of your gross salary? Was that?
10% savings, 10% giveaway.
I knew there was a 20% of total.
Right, right. So one of the things you can do is you can start writing down everything you spend for 30 days.
Yeah.
And then at the end of those 30 days, you really do an evaluation.
All right, I'd like that because I started to do that. I'll be honest with you. Every month I put 20% of my gross away.
Correct.
And I have to say to you, I like the look of the bank account.
Absolutely.
But I almost dipped into it the other day.
Well, that's where self-discipline comes in.
I need a bank manager that says you can't withdraw from this account.
Well,
can you block that account?
Financial advisors will tell you you really don't need to spend that money sometimes.
I know, but if it's just sitting there, Kathy, it is what it is.
Yes,
all right, what do we do if we overspend? How do we pull it all back?
Well, you pull it all back. You do 30 days, like we said, you write down everything that you spend. And then you do an evaluation at the end and you say, where am I wasting money? How many Starbucks did I buy?
You're right.
Did I go to Amazon? Maybe you have Hulu, Netflix, and Vudu. Do you really need all three of those?
I agree. I just did that. I just moved and I cut 30% of them all out.
It makes a difference.
It wasn't needed.
It's redundant.
One of our viewers emailed in and said, how do we move forward once we define our values and priorities and decide what is most important to us? That sounds like someone who has their head screwed on.
Yeah, that's part of your savings is define what's important to you. Is it important to you to have the latest and greatest everything, that new boat? Or is it important to you to spend time with your family? The things that are valuable. Define what's valuable to you. Do you really want to stress out to pay for that new, latest, greatest gadget?
I got
or
you.
Is it more important to be with your family?
Do you think, you know, one of your financial advice is think before you do that next step?
Right.
Do you think that's your number one bit of advice?
That is very important. Once you define your values, then you can say, does this purchase align with what I value the most?
I know. And look, sometimes we know it's hard, but just take a breath and reassess. Oh, that could be a motto.
That could be.
Take a breath and reassess. Kathy,
come on.
I just made that up.
Yes, that's great.
I like that. We appreciate you.
Thank you so much.
If you want to find out more information, there it all is up on the screen for you. Marston Rogers Group, and what was it? Take a breath and reassess.
Yes,
Back after this short break, everyone.